Not. All right. Welcome to today's episode. This is MD Ahmed, the international author of Hidden Secrets of the Topper's Mind and the founder of fuelforsuccess.com. That's fuel number 4, success.com. All right. So what are we going to learn today? You see, I'm going to talk about what I call the Topper's secret mind software. Our mind, it works like a computer. The thoughts that we have, they're like the software inside the computer. And the way you program yourself, that is how you operate in this world. And the way you operate in this world, that is what you get rewarded for. All right, so you see the connection here, right? So you have the mind, you have the software, right? And then it gets programmed. So I'm going to give you an idea today that's going to act like a software. Okay, I'm going to read this out from my book, Hidden Secrets of the Topper's Mind. Hidden Secrets of the Topper's Mind. Now, topper to me is not only a person who scores well. A topper to me is an all-rounder, okay, where you work on all the departments of your life. So one of the things that I talk about in my book is toppers. I'm reading it out for you. Toppers do one thing at a time, and the average students take up several tasks at the same time. Now you see, doing one thing at a time is your key to immense, massive, big success. But what average people do is they tend to do a lot of things at the same time, and they believe that multitasking is good. That's not the truth. Multitasking is never a good idea. So what do I mean? Let's say you are studying, okay? And while you're studying, you're also with your phone. You check your phone and then you read it. You read the paragraph. You read your lesson, and then you listen to your songs. And then you're talking to your mama. You're talking to your sister, your brother, and everyone. So that's not going to help you. Okay, multitasking is your enemy. Or let me put it like this: if you want to master something, multitasking will kill it. You don't achieve mastery through multitasking. You achieve mastery by doing one thing at a time. One thing at a time. You want to watch the television? Go into it, baby, fully, completely. Do not get disturbed. Do one thing at a time. Watch that episode. Get totally into it, right? When you're eating, just focus on eating, right? Take that bite. Savor it. Chew it. Become aware of the flavors. Right? That's how you practice this, doing one thing at a time. But then we are not programmed to do that. Right? हम करते कुछ हैं, सोचते कुछ हैं, बोलते कुछ हैं, देखते कुछ और हैं और सुनते कुछ और हैं. तो इसमें अंदर पूरा thought process scatter हो जाता है, and then you will not be able to accomplish much. To get that, you will not be able to accomplish much. So, lesson of the day, do one thing at a time. You pick up physics, spend time with it. Decide, okay, another hour I'm going to spend time with physics, or I'm going to spend time with it till the time I finish this chapter, and do nothing else. And keep away all your distractions. All your distractions. Phone का time नहीं है, तो phone side में. I'm sorry, side में मतलब give it to your mom, give it to somebody. Do not even look at it. Do not even touch it. And when you are with the phone, keep the books away. Okay, keep the books away. You are browsing, okay? You are on your Insta. Have some respect. Social media. Get fully into it. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Don't do anything else. That way you program your mind to do one thing at a time. When you're brushing, just focus on your brushing. That way you train your brain. It's all about training your brain. Okay, if you're listening to me, repeat that. It's all about training your brain. Okay, and when you train your brain to do one thing at a time, you will come back and thank me in 3 months' time. Because the moment you start practicing this, it takes time. All these things do not happen overnight. You want to achieve success, it doesn't happen overnight. But yes, it starts. It needs to start, and then it takes time. It's called. Let me just think. It's called law of gestation. Yeah, I got that. It's called the law of gestation. The gestation period. Okay, you got to wait for it, and results will show up eventually. Okay, maybe sooner than later, maybe later than sooner. But then this is one habit that you've got to develop if you are serious about acquiring mastery and making, an impact out there. It's as simple as that. And one last example so that you get this really, you understand this properly is when I happened to learn the periodical table where, I took this as a personal challenge, right? Especially the atomic mass and all that. So what I did was I knew this, that was the time I learned the power of doing one thing at a time. It was about 10, 12 years ago. Okay. So I went full on. Okay. I figured it out how to learn it, memorize it, especially the atomic numbers, because there's nothing to understand there. It's not a concept. These were just numbers, right? And I wanted to learn them to see if these techniques actually work. So I sat with it, doing that one single thing till I got it. I said to myself, I'm not going to engage in anything. And in fact, I was on a holiday, okay? I was at a place, sitting in a shack, and right in front of me, there were these hills, and there was this creek, flowing. Okay, the gushing sound of the water and the wind. Now, such a beautiful atmosphere. And it was drizzling. And it was surrounded by tourists, okay, from Europe. Beautiful tourists. Attractive tourists. All right? So because of the drizzle, we were all stuck. We wanted to spend some time there, sipping on my ginger tea. And that's when I happened to break ice and talk to a few beautiful people with blue eyes. And just then, there was this voice inside me. And the voice challenged me to do something. My voice was like, okay, you're here. And this was an unplanned holiday. And your periodical table atomic mass, which you wanted to memorize, is still pending. Are you really serious about learning the atomic mass? I said to my voice, yes, I am serious. Then do it right now. Sometimes you do crazy things. So I had to make a choice. Either, be friends and make a lot of friends, okay? And maybe get free accommodation when you go to Europe. Or maybe get a good guide and a friend when you go to Europe. But then I decided to learn the atomic mass. And I took my book out because wherever I used to go, I used to carry my books with me. Always. Now I carry a gadget, that's a different thing. But those days it was my book. So I pulled the book out, and in that environment, that atmosphere, though I had broken the ice with this beautiful person, I started learning. It took me about 4 hours using the techniques, and I learned. And what happened after that? Whenever I gave that demonstration, wherever I went, whatever seminar, people dropped their jaw. Right? People became believers because a lot of people, they believe it when they see it. So when they saw me learning like a machine, okay, yeah, I learn like a machine. If I really want to, I can memorize this entire book, every page in it, okay, and even understand it and explain it. Okay, I can master whatever subject that I want to master. So that is what I'm talking about. But that is possible only when you do one thing at a time, and there is a lot of brain science behind it. I'm not going to get into it, okay? And there are a lot of ideas like these in my book. I think this has got 32 such, ideas explained properly, and steps and processes to change your blueprint inside towards studies. Okay, it's just not about those 32 ideas. It is also about your blueprint, how you can actually change a blueprint and move towards massive success. So that's something amazing that this book does. All right, so you may want to pick your copy. Okay, and it's called Hidden Secrets of the Topper's Mind. Don't delay it. And people, if you have already ordered it, start reading it. And if you have read the book, you can just post the comments if you have read it, back to back. Just let me know how you felt about it. Okay, so if you've got any questions now is the time to shoot. I'm going to be here, another 4-5 minutes. Okay, so one thing at a time. That's a lesson today. One thing at a time. And that is what my book also talks about. And it's just one thing that it talks about. Okay, there are a lot of other things that the book talks about. So shoot your answers. Shoot your questions. Go on, I'm listening. I'm here for another 3-4 minutes. Yes. Be quick. All right. So now, before I leave, to be precise, there are 20. I'll just finish this. I just started off before Vidhi. What is one daily brain training exercises we should do? Feed your brain with brain food. There is a video that I did. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. Brain food. What happened? Yeah, I know. I'm addressing that question. So there is a video on how to develop your brain, okay, through brain food. Watch that video on YouTube. And coming back to what I was talking, you see there are 20 such ideas here. You see this? 20. Okay, and then you also have 32 success eurekas. That is what I call them. Success eurekas. And eureka, the reason is because I call them eureka. Where did that term come from? Go back, right? When Archimedes, I hope I got the pronunciation right. When he discovered what did he discover? How to weigh things and all that, right? The moment he got into the tub, the water poured out, and he ran naked on the streets, screaming "Eureka!" Right? That is a eureka moment where you discover something, where you realize something, where something positive hits you really hard. All right, that is what eureka means. So here, these are 32 eurekas, and I call them success eurekas. And the moment they hit you, the moment you learn them, you're going to have a tremendous amount of positive impact, and your mind's going to change for good. So there are 32 of these eurekas in this book, plus 20, I call them, 20 mind softwares. Okay, so 20 programs for your mind, plus step-by-step process to change your blueprint. So there are 3 things that this book can do, 3 very important things. Hidden Secrets of the Topper's Mind. I'm going to leave a description in the description section. I'm going to leave a link in the description section. Okay, you can click on the link, go to Amazon and order your copy and read the book after you order it. Okay, so Vidhi, go to my YouTube channel, fuel4success.com. Fuel4success.com. I'm sorry, not .com, fuel4success. That's my YouTube channel. I have a video that talks about brain foods and all that. You can start, following that, and it's going to help your brain. Okay. So anything else that I can do for you today? All right. So go ahead, practice doing one thing at a time. Okay. That is the way towards mastery. And people who attain mastery, in their respective fields will be in demand today and tomorrow, especially in the future. The world is going to belong to people who have mastered their subjects and people who have attained mastery. I'm talking about specialists. Generalists will have, how do I put this? Generalists are going to see a lot of struggle. Okay, the specialists will rule the world. All right, so go ahead, make use of it, and I will see you in another episode. This is MD Ahmed, and you are listening to Fuel Number 4, Success. It's also my podcast on Spotify and Amazon. Spotify and Apple. Okay, you can download my podcasts and listen to them wherever you want to. I'll see you soon. Take charge of your lives. Good night.